Hey guys, welcome to the new video. As you may see, it's quite a big mess in here again, but that's okay because I got some exciting news. Well, to start off, you can see Francois is back on its place. We've got the new brackets. But the most exciting thing of all, although I've only made 6 videos yet, I really enjoy making these videos. It really motivates me to work on my car. I kind of showed you there. But I've got something cool and I think you guys gonna like it because it's gonna up the quality of these videos. And maybe I'm even gonna enjoy making them more. So here it is. I've got a new camera. It's a Sony DSC-WX500. It's kind of a budget camera, but it's got a flip screen and I think the quality is gonna go up. So here we go. Damn, boy! Is it better? I don't know. I'm gonna find out when I'm editing. So I think it's better. I hope it's better. Otherwise I need to return it and I really don't like that. So today we are gonna install the coilovers. But first we need to clean up this mess in here because it's a big mess. I haven't worked on the car quite a while, so it's still from the last episodes. The previous episode we picked up the coilovers for my Nissan and today we're gonna install them. So I'm taking you guys along and I hope the quality is better with the new camera. So I'm excited, I hope you are. If you are, drop a like, make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on because otherwise you're not gonna see the new update on the build. So yeah, that's it for now. Let's start cleaning up. And just like that, the cleaning up is done. So now we can install the coilovers on the car and we can also fit the new bracket, test fit the new bracket, see if it fits or not. And if it doesn't, well, we're just gonna let Thomas draw another one, but I hope it does fit. So I think we're just gonna start in the back of the car with the coilovers and test fitting the new bracket. And then after that we can do the front. Yes, I said I would sandblast and paint the bottom half, but I can also do it later. I just want to know if it fits or not. It should fit, but I also want to set the preload and the height so we know it's going to be good. Yeah, let's do it. It's time to get this puppy down and see if we can unbolt the coilovers that are on it right now. After that we can just unhook it on the hubs, and if we got the old ones off. And when we got the old ones off, we can set the new ones to the same height. And I want to set the preload around 3 millimeters because 5 is kind of the max for street use, so I've been told. So I'm gonna set them to 3 and it should be nice to drive, should be good for grip, should be good at everything. So actually coilovers on an S13 is really easy. You just take off these 2 nuts and these 2 nuts, and then on the bottom you take off the big nut and then the coilover is out. So it's not a lot of work, but it has to be done. But then the old ones are out and we can set the preload of the new ones, the height of the new ones, and then we can test fit them. And if it's good we can move on to the front and not forget to test the new bracket. Apparently I needed a long socket, so... Oh, come on! Since when is there a size 13 on a Japanese car? That's a first. And just like that, they're uninstalled. So it's really easy on these cars. Not a lot of hassle. Now we just need to take off that nut and that one over there. And then the coilovers are out and we can set the new one. And just like that, they are out. So now we're gonna measure them. And I'm gonna be measuring from the top head to the center of the mounting hole. And then we know the total height, so I can set the other ones to the same height. And the preload is just the amount of preload you give the spring. So if they are naturally 100 millimeters, I'm gonna set them to 97. So it's got 3 millimeters of preload, and it should be good. Should. There's something I didn't really think about is I cannot get an exact measurement from the center of the hole because I don't know exactly what the center is, but it doesn't really matter because the height of the car is not gonna come down to a few millimeters. So I'm just gonna eyeball them to the same height and then we're gonna measure the preload because that needs to be exactly right. Let's try this. I'm gonna try the vice. I don't know who tightened these the last time, but they were freaking tight, man. I almost couldn't get them loose, but they are. So now we can set approximately the same height. Still water coming out? Looks somewhat the same, but I actually want to go a little bit higher. Just a little bit because my car is quite low. Nah, I'm gonna leave it like this. It's good. Now that we have set the height, I can take this away because I don't need it anymore. Maybe should be careful because I can still sell those. But now we're gonna set the preload. So I'm gonna loosen these ones. And when the spring is free, I can measure it. Then we can tighten the rings, and when it's 3 millimeters shorter, we know it's good. I think the preload on this one was quite high. It's not gonna improve the comfort of the drive, so I don't know if he just didn't like driving or he just wanted to drive a car that feels like it has got no suspension. So I don't know what was wrong with him, but we're gonna do it right. We're gonna set the preload so it's nice and comfortable, but we can still grip up when needed. And just like that, it's 19.8. Now I'm gonna set the other one the same height and the same preload, and then we can install them. They are done, they are set to the right measurements, so now let's put them on. The struggle of working alone is real because I cannot put them on the bottom and put the nuts on the top, so I need to lay it on top of the stud where it needs to go on, so that the studs are through the holes and I can put the nuts on the top. On these coilovers I can also adjust the stiffness, so I counted there are 14 clicks. I set them to 7 right now, just in the middle. I think it's gonna be good. But we can see in the future if I don't like it, if it needs to go stiffer or softer, we can go both ways. So I always like to start in the middle and see where things are going. The coilovers are officially installed in the back, and now there's one thing left to do, and that's see if the new bracket fits. I think it's safe to say that luck is not on our side with these brackets, because the holes are correct now. They do line up, but as you can see, it's not gonna fit. So I think we need to change the design and go for something like this, so that the mounting point on the hub is in the middle of the two mounting points on the caliper. And if we do that, we do have room for the bolt, and then we do have, I think, room for everything. I think it's a better way to go. We did this so that it wouldn't be right on top of the brake rotor, but it is what it is. We're just gonna try another design, and then when that design is done, we're gonna print it again, and then we can test fit it again, and hopefully the next one is gonna fit. And this is not Thomas's fault. We both came to this idea, and I said, yeah, we'll print it like this and move the caliper inwards. So maybe if he didn't move the caliper inwards, well, it still would not have fit, but it doesn't matter. He's just gonna draw a new one, and then I'm gonna test fit it when he's done with that one. But in the meantime, we can install the coilovers in the front of the car, and then I can take off the bottom pieces so that I can sandblast them at my work, and I can paint them a new color, or maybe just silver, what it already is. But I don't know yet. Maybe I'm gonna paint them purple or pink, I really don't know, or maybe orange. The front ones are also really easy. You just take out these two bolts, and when I say just take out, I can see that they are really rusted, so I don't know if it's gonna be just take out, but we're gonna take out these bolts, and then on the top there are 3 nuts. But there's something with that too. This one has a little pimple, so it doesn't want a nut on there. This one has become a bearing. When I try to take this off, it's just spinning around and it's not coming off. This one is good. This one is tight, so it wasn't really dangerous, but don't do this. And this side, the stud is really short because it was broken, I guess. This one, I really don't... Oh yeah, the threads are gone, so it didn't want a nut on there either. And this one is tight, just like the other side. So it wasn't really dangerous, but I don't recommend doing this. What? Alright. Why is this coming off? This shouldn't happen. This should be a bearing. Well, it should not be a bearing, but it was a bearing, so... Ah yeah, this one was the bearing, I guess. Yes. How the fuck am I gonna do that? Well... I do have an idea to get that one out, and it involves this little fella. So I'm gonna get this one off, and then I'm gonna put the pry bar in here. I'm just gonna push it down, and then maybe the pressure will take it off. I don't know. I'm just trying things because I really don't know how to get that one off. I've got some explaining to do. So, as you guys just saw, I was taking off the old suspension. And thankfully I got it off, because you saw it was quite a hassle to get it off. But I did it, it came off, but something happened. I kinda lost the footage of me taking off the suspension. I really don't know how it happened, but I was editing and I was looking for the last few clips, but I couldn't find them. So that's kind of a bummer. I cannot show you how I got it off, but I'm gonna show you how I did it anyway. Kinda. Well, let's just show you. So the way I finally got it off was just grinding down the stud and nut completely. And the previous attempt of using the Ugga-Dugga, it didn't really work. It damaged my strut tower brace, so that kind of sucks, but it's okay. I can fix it. It is steel, so maybe I just weld it again and drill a hole in it. That's fine, that's okay. It's not really that bad, but it sucks that I don't have the footage anymore. And I can show you the coilover. I just grinded that one off, and as you can see, it was a stud. So my initial plan was to hold it at the bottom with a wrench or just a ratchet, but it's kind of hard to do that when it's just really flat and round, so that was not an option. I just cut it down, I grinded the nut off, and then it fell out, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I lost the footage of that, and that kind of sucks. And also, when I was editing and watching these clips, I don't really like the quality of this camera. It's 260 euros and my old phone does a better job than this camera. So I don't think it's worth the money. And I could just as well film with my phone, what I was doing in the previous videos. But I didn't really want to do that because it sucks that when I'm filming I cannot use my phone. So yeah, it was time for a camera, I guess. It's really early. This is only the 6th video, but it doesn't really matter. I want the quality to be good. And that's why I wanted to buy a camera. Now I'm gonna return this camera because I found another one. It is a little bit more expensive, well, it's double the price, but it's a really good one and a lot of people use it. So I thought, I want a new camera, why not take a really good one that I can use for 2 years or something like that. Say goodbye to the bad quality and say hi to the good quality. Damn! Yeah, that's better. Sorry, I was looking at the screen, but that's better. So I bought a Canon G7X. It is kind of expensive, but I really think the quality of the videos are gonna be way better than with the other camera or with my phone. My phone did a great job, but I think this is gonna be a really good choice. Yesterday when I found out the quality of the other camera wasn't really good, I decided to buy another one. I was looking for this one and I also got a haircut from my sweet girlfriend, but I found this one and I decided to buy it. So today it came in, I'm using it right out of the box, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the suspensions to finish the video on the right way and not just cutting it or doing it over, because that would be stupid. So I'm gonna show you and then you know how I did it and how far I got. After I cut off this nut yesterday, the coilover dropped right out, so we test fitted the new one. I still need to sandblast and paint this, so don't worry, it's gonna get done. But the new one is in. I already set the preload. I didn't set the height because it needed to go off anyway. And now it's just a matter of sandblasting and painting the bottom halves of the front coilovers, and then I can install them for good. Maybe not for good, maybe they need to go out, but they can go in and they don't really need to go out anymore. But I got some new nuts for the top hats because I grinded off one and I was missing 2 already. So we can put the front coilovers already on and then I can take off the bottom pieces, so I can do that another time. It's not really necessary to do it right now. Yeah, let's just do that. Damn, look at the turbo, boy! After work I went to the parts store and got 6 nuts for the coilovers because it's an M10 times 1.25 I guess. But it's not your usual M10 bolt, so I needed to get them. And damn, look at that dust. That's just from grinding the nut off and me hanging on it, I guess. But I got some new nuts, so let's throw the front ones on and then I guess we're done here. The nuts are on, and it's not really that big of a deal because I'm not gonna tighten them all the way. Because these are lug nuts, when I tighten them all the way, the ring is gonna be cut, and then if I do it again because they need to go off, it's gonna be ugly. So I'm just not gonna put them on. When we put the car on the ground, I'm just gonna watch if this goes up correctly, but that should be fine. So the nuts for now are still clean and pretty. I don't know why I care because the rest of the car is a shitbox, but small things, you need to start somewhere. And I guess that's it for today because I don't really have much to do on the suspension, and the next video is going to be about the wide body. We're going to remove the wide body of the car and look what we need to fix and look what we can reuse. And I hope to see you there because I really like making these videos and I see that some people are enjoying it too, so I'm continuing making them. And I even bought a camera for it that was quite expensive. So there are a lot of videos to come, and I can't wait for the time that the car is running again and we can make some really cool content. But right now it's just me building the car. Make sure to subscribe and drop that like, it really helps me out. And then I'll see you guys at the next one.